to share my thoughts and memories about my son-in-law, Hillel Dinner, and to keep his memory alive. So who was Hillel? At the time of his death to the world at large, Hillel was an Israeli soldier. In today's political world, that can mean so many different things. But to the Israeli people and to Jews across the world, Hillel was a hero. He served in the army, he went into Gaza, he literally put his all into fighting for our country. He sacrificed his life for our country, for our people, for disabling terrorism, for returning the hostages. To Klal Yisrael, he was a true hero. To the guys that served with him in the army, Hillel was an example to live up to. He raised them up when they felt they couldn't do any more. He encouraged them to do better. He encouraged them to write about their experiences. He tried to find ways they could be more efficient and to improve things around him. He strived to be the best he could be and encouraged others around him to do the same. To his friends, Hillel was the glue that held them together, especially after high school. He wrote funny songs, made videos, and wanted to make them laugh. He'd send short messages that basically just said the time and place, and then they would get together and hang out. To his family, Hillel was a son, a grandson, a little brother, a big brother, an uncle, a cousin. He brought joy and fun and adventure, and he made them proud. To my daughter Zahava, Hillel was a husband. He was her best friend. He made her smile, he made her laugh. He believed in her, he made her shine. Hillel was her world. To me, Hillel was my son-in-law. That phrase can mean many things to different people. But to me, it meant he was a part of our family. He was a sibling to my kids. He was like one of our own. Before I started writing what I wanted to say tonight, I decided to look back at my WhatsApp messages between Hillel and myself. I hadn't done that since before he fell, but I knew what I would find. Sweet exchanges of hello, Shabbat Shalom, Shavua Tov, occasional messages about Zahava and what she needed, messages that asked if he could borrow the car. As I said, he was like one of our own. But I also found messages that reminded me how sweet and giving he was, and how helpful and thoughtful he was. I have a message that I wrote to Hillel, thanking him for washing the dishes one Shabbat when I was away. A message where I thanked him for filling the car with gas after he and Zahava borrowed it, because he noticed it was low on gas. Messages where I was just checking in, reminding him that we thought about him often, and we were especially concerned for his safety. Did he need anything, equipment, snacks, or whatever, and how we could try to get it to him. There were messages asking if he could come to us for a Shabbat meal, even if Zahava was on base. And even though we told him, he never had to ask and he was always welcome. It really meant a lot that he chose to come to us, since he could have chosen to go to a friend, or Hebrew-speaking families that he was close to and would have been easier for him to understand. And there were messages that I sent where I would remind him to stay safe, because we wanted him back home. And how sweet his responses were. He would answer, Baruch Hashem, Beseder Gamor, Toda Rabah. He'd send messages that ended with cute little monkey emojis, or the last message that I have from him that ended with a heart. We got to see Hillel a lot over the last year, when he was able to come home. If he and Zahava didn't join us for Shabbat meals, they would always stop by for a l'chaim in the afternoon. We'd play card games and board games with him. He'd play with the many kittens we rescued, and he and Zahava often fell asleep on our couch after a long week. We all laughed when he put on a costume, and he played dance after Shabbat. Even better was when he had his friends over at our house and had them trying to dance too. Hillel always had a smile on his face and was eager to help. He had this undercurrent of energy where he always seemed ready to get up and go and do something. In the stories we heard during Shiva, he initiated many of his friends' get-togethers. He was always looking to better himself, to learn new things, to help change things around him that he felt could be done better. He encouraged people around him to succeed and to want to be a better person, a better friend, a better soldier. As I thought about what to write tonight, I wanted to tie my thoughts into Tu B'Shvat and the land of Israel. Tu B'Shvat celebrates the land and the trees. It's the beginning of our agricultural year. It establishes the importance of the land. It establishes a day to celebrate the budding of the trees, the rebirth of the land God gave us, and our mitzvot in connection to it. Hillel was an outdoorsy kind of guy. He loved to be in nature. He loved the land of Israel. He was proud to be Israeli. He was a true Zionist, at heart and in practice. Hillel was actually born in Canada, while his parents were on shlichut. So his father likes to say that Hillel was the most Zionistic of them all, because he made Aliyah when he was only 11 months old. Zahava also told me once that in the future they would live on a hill in a caravan so they could help Israel secure a piece of land. There were many times that he and his friends would meet up at Mayanot near Talmon. We've heard many fun stories from his friends about the fun times and the goofy things that they did there. One time he saw a tree in our yard that was overladen with these hard, bitter little oranges that we usually ignore and leave on the tree. He felt sad for the tree laid down by the fruit, so in one fell swoop, he went out and picked the fruit off the tree. Hillel and Zahava went to Mayanot, overlooks, beaches, groves, and more. While Hillel was adventurous and enjoyed exploring the land, he was also determined to improve himself at the same time. I remember Zahava telling me once that she was going rappelling in the water with the Hashmonnאים. I asked her who the guide was going to be. She told me, Hillel had taken a course and was certified. He would be the guide. There are so many pictures of them enjoying the outdoors, appreciating nature, and loving the land of Israel. In Naomi Shemer's song, Shir HaAslavim, it says, Ukshehalev min hashira mitmale umishtakek al Eretz Yisrael, or Gadol azin imshach, ve'olech mikushta shel ha'aretz alav. Hillel was a shining example of this light. May we all have hearts full of song and draw the light from our lands, our people, and from the holiness of people like Hillel, our fallen heroes.